guys, so this video is a little bit special. Today I'm going to be introducing you to my baby. She's been in some of my videos before, but I haven't like formally introduced you to her just because I didn't want the camera in her face when she was so little. She's talking right now. Yeah, I don't know, I just felt like weird about it. But now that she's more active and mobile and talkative and you can like actually see her little personality, I thought it was finally time to introduce her to you guys. So are you ready? Say hi. Say hi. So this is Kami. She's gonna turn 6 months tomorrow, which is so crazy. Time has literally flown by. Like the fact that it's been half a year already. It's crazy. But yeah, isn't she the cutest little cutie pie in the whole wide world? Say hi. My name is Kami. Kami. Can you say Kami? No? Okay. So with mom brain, I have everything written out because if it's not written down, I literally will forget it. So I guess I should start with her name and the story behind it. So we were trying to look for a name in the Bible, specifically in the book of Revelation, and not necessarily like a name, like someone's name, but like a word that we could turn into a name. We had come up with a couple names, but they were boy names, so it was just really hard for us to find a girl name in there. So we kind of just stopped looking for a little bit. Now, if you saw my baby shower haul, I mentioned that my husband's favorite show is Naruto because his aunt gifted the baby some custom like baby onesies with his favorite characters on it. And his favorite character is Itachi, and he has this jutsu called Amaterasu, which is a black never-ending fire. So one day, I don't know what I was doing, it just came to me Amaterasu because of the fire in Revelation. And so I told him the name and that it would be, you know, a cool name to name her. And he decided to look up the name and found out that it's actually the name of a Japanese sun goddess. So the goddess's full name is Amaterasu Omikami, but he just said let's go with Amaterasu Kami Couture because Couture's her last name and he likes the alliteration of the K and the C. But then for some reason, I'm honestly not quite sure why still, but for some reason we decided not to go with the name, but we did want to keep the Kami part. So then we took another eternity trying to figure out her middle name. And we have this book with all the characters in the Bible and like what their name means. So we were looking through that for like weeks and weeks. We had 2 names that we really liked, and then we were deciding between having that as her first name or her middle name, and it was just like a big mess. We didn't even end up using a name from that book in the end. Her full name was officially decided like 2 weeks before she was born. So really good thing that we figured that one out. Whoa, where are you going? But yeah, her full name is Kami Cariño Couture, right? Her middle initial is a K, so if you couldn't tell, my husband is really into alliteration. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to formally introduce her to you guys because there's definitely going to be more of her in my videos. Alright, so it's a different day, obviously. Kami got tired and she needed to take a nap, so I wasn't able to finish the video, but I also wanted to do a 6-month baby update and just kind of like a recap on these first 6 months. So I got this baby's first yearbook when I was pregnant at Barnes & Noble, and I've just like filled it up, you know, every month, and like there's some stuff from when she was born. So I'm gonna be using this to reference what has happened in these last 6 months. But yeah, let's just start at the beginning. So saying that the first month was an adjustment is quite the understatement. Obviously, I've never had a baby before. I've never even had to like change a diaper or take care of a baby in any type of way before, so that was different. And then also being up like every 2-3 hours was really hard. The most she would sleep at a time at night would be like 3 hours, and then her first nap of the day could be like 4 or 5 hours, so that I would take a nap during that time too. So I wasn't really concerned about getting her on a schedule or doing any type of sleep training or anything like that. First month I just kind of was doing her thing, which was really hard on me, obviously, because I wasn't getting any sleep and I was feeding her anytime that she wanted to be fed, and my nipples were cracked and bleeding. I went through engorgement like the day that we got home, and my boobs were so full that like they were like rock hard and she couldn't even latch, and then I had to pump in order for her to latch on. And then I also gave her bottles to like give my nipples a rest because they literally hurt so bad, and they hurt honestly like for 2 months maybe. Yeah, I want to make like a whole separate video on breastfeeding alone just because there's a lot that goes into it and a lot that went into my journey specifically, but I kind of want to wait until like she has teeth and, you know, figure that whole thing out and just be more well versed on the whole breastfeeding experience, just because it's only been 6 months, and I feel like I want to have more experience before I like try and give you any information or tips and tricks and stuff like that. But yeah, the sleeping part was like the worst part of that month, because it rarely existed, and she hated being swaddled too, so that made it even harder. And then like another random thing that happened that month was that she got hiccups like every day, multiple times a day. Like she was always getting the hiccups, and I felt so bad because like there's nothing that you can really do. I was giving her gripe water, but like that's not necessarily a cure for hiccups, so she kind of just had to deal with it, so I felt pretty bad. But moving on to month 2, she was much more calm. She was sleeping better. She actually ended up sleeping through the night, like 2.5 months. She slept like 8 hours, and then the next day she slept 9 hours, the next day 10 hours, the next day 11, and the next day 12. So she was sleeping through the night pretty consistently. This was the month that I kind of implemented like a night routine, and then she went to sleep and she gradually slept longer and longer stretches until she eventually got to 12 hours, which I was really surprised that she did that before 3 months. But it was really great to finally get some sleep. During this month, she also started to lift her head, like during tummy time she would, you know, pick it up, or when I was holding her she would kind of like keep her head up straight. And then another funny thing about this month was that her poops were very loud. Like she made it known when she pooped. Now like I don't know unless I smell it, but yeah, in the early months they made quite a noise, and they were also sometimes pretty crazy. One time she even like projectile pooped while I was changing her. I thought that she was done, so you know, I wiped her, cleaned her, had the new diaper, and she poops and it literally almost hits the wall. If you saw my day in the life with a newborn video, you would see like kind of how our changing table setup is and how close the wall is to the changing table, so like you can only imagine how far she shot that poop out, but it was crazy. Definitely will never forget that. That was quite the memorable moment. In month 3 she laughed for the first time, which was super sweet. I don't have a video of that first time. I have a video from maybe like the 2nd or 3rd time that she laughed, but she has the cutest, sweetest little laugh, and it makes my day. Also on her like 3-month birthday exactly, she grabbed a toy for the first time. So she has this play gym and there's like 3 plush toys that hang from it, and she grabbed one like all by herself, and I didn't even see it happen. I was in the kitchen like making myself some food or something, but I could still see her from the living room, and I just look up and I see her grabbing the yellow moon. Like if you've seen that day in the life video, you've seen the yellow moon. And I was like, what the heck, how are you doing this? And she also rolled from her tummy to her back for the first time, and I actually did get a video of it, like just in the nick of time I got the video, so I'll insert that too. But yeah, this month she was really playful. I mean, she did kind of start playing around and being more awake in month 2, but month 3 she was definitely like more aware of her surroundings and like trying to like touch everything, look at everything. Everything was so interesting to her. She also was blowing bubbles. Some people call them blowing raspberries. I don't really get that, but whatever. She was doing that literally for like a week and a half straight, just every day, all day long. Now month 4 was really tough, almost more tough than the first month, honestly. She obviously went through the 4-month sleep regression. It kind of started a little bit before she turned 4 months though, but it was a little wonky because she also had RSV. So it was hard to tell if she was waking up in the middle of the night because she was sick or because it was, you know, just a sleep regression. But yeah, having those 2 things happen at the same time was really, really hard. I was barely sleeping. She literally woke up like every hour the whole entire night. Like I don't think she slept for more than an hour at a time. And I was just so desperate to like get her to sleep that I would feed her every time. I would rock her every time. I kind of just threw out all of like the sleep tips that I learned out the window and was just like doing whatever I could to get her to sleep so that I could sleep, because I like was not sleeping. Because I also pumped throughout the night, so if she gets up every hour, I wasn't pumping every time that she got up, but once I did get her down, I would be pumping for like 20 minutes, and then by the time that I'm taking everything off and like getting back to sleep, I probably get like 30 minutes of sleep at most before the next time that she wakes up. So it was just really hard during that time. I'm very glad that that is over with. She's much better now. But yeah, some more positive things that happened during this month was that she tried solids for the first time. So on Thanksgiving, my sister gave her the yam, like the sweet potato part of candied yams, and mashed potatoes. She did not like the mashed potatoes, but she really did like the sweet potatoes, and she still loves sweet potatoes now. But yeah, that was super exciting for her to like eat something for the first time. She also rolled over from her back to her tummy, but she forgot how to roll from her tummy to her back, even though that's what she learned first. So she was really frustrated, which I could tell was like part of the sleep regression part, because that's like what happens like when your baby goes through sleep regressions, because they're learning like a really big skill. So obviously this month was rolling over. She could roll over one way, but she couldn't roll over the other way. That was really frustrating her, and I'm sure that's what was keeping her up at night. But in the next month, month 5, she finally learned how to roll back onto her back. And then that's kind of when the sleep regression kind of started to get better. It did take a while though, just because I did form some bad habits during that 4-month sleep regression. And then when like the first week or 2 of her being 5 months, she still wasn't sleeping through the night again. I kind of just started to slowly stretch out every stretch of sleep from, 1 hour to 2 hours to 3 hours to 4 hours, and she eventually started sleeping through the night again by the end of 5 months. But with that, she's been rolling over very successfully, and she can roll across the room if I let her. She also like almost pretty much says mama. I mean, it's more just like she's just repeating mama, 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 but like I'm gonna take that as her saying mama, because if she says mama before dada, that would just make me very happy. And then the last thing that happened in month 5 was her first Christmas, which was super special. Christmas this year finally felt like Christmas again. Like I feel like the last 2-3 years it has not felt like Christmas, but this year it did, and I'm so happy it did, because last year I was pregnant with her during Christmas, and now I actually have her here, and it was just super special. So that was very exciting. And then now finally in month 6, she is officially eating solids every single day. I do have a video, I think it's going to be up next week, of her first week of baby led weaning. She's been eating purees every single day, but I want to get her into eating like solid foods while still eating purees, just because it is an important texture to master. And also my father-in-law bought her like a giant box of baby food, so we kind of do need to get through it. But yeah, that should be coming out next week, so I'm super excited to see her like actually eat like real food. But with eating solid foods, her poops have also gotten more solid, and they also have gotten very sneaky. The smell of her poop never used to like affect me, or I never really even noticed a smell when she was just drinking breast milk. But now that she's eating foods, it's like a whole different species of poop. Like I literally have to hold my breath sometimes because it smells so funky. But yeah, other than that, right now she's super smart and very attentive. Like she's so excited to like learn how to do new things and do things for herself. And yeah, I'm just super excited to see what she does next and see all her little milestones, and hopefully I get to share them with you. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and finally meeting my baby. Subscribe if you want a friend, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.